So Donald Trump Jr. has an interesting new defense when it comes to crimes found by the Mueller investigation and some of the other investigations that have surrounded the Trump organization and Trump officials in the recent couple of years. Now, he believes that the crimes made in the past are not actually crimes, so that maybe we should stop investigating them. Now, he made this case on Fox. Let's watch.
But that's what they're trying to do. I mean, they're not investigating actual crimes anymore. They're literally just trying to find something that they can make a big deal of. And if that isn't apparent to people around the country, I mean, remember, 2 years, this is going to be it. We finally got them. I've been hearing this for 2 years where everyone's going to jail. Meanwhile, they haven't actually found anything as it relates to this. What they did was they put incredible pressure on regular guys that couldn't afford $1 million in legal fees and got them to slip up and say something incorrectly. You know, they pretended they were their friends. They got them, and that's all that happened. There are no actual crimes. There's only things that people did in past lives. You know, in 2006, before we even thought we'd ever get into this crazy world. You know, and that's what it is. And they're touting these things as victories. It's not. And what it's been is a total farce. The greatest witch hunt in American history.
Is Chris Christie wrong that the Southern...
Well, no, by the way, I'm not saying they're not going to try. You know, listen, their dream in life, this is, you know, as political as it gets, their dream in life is to try to find something to get Trump. I mean, it's that old Stalinist tactic, you know, show me the man, I'll show you the crime. We just got to find it, and we can massage things enough. So, you know, there's no doubt that they'll try. But again, I know how we function as a company. I know how we function as individuals. And that's why, despite all of this, for 2 years, we don't appear all that worried because we know there's nothing there.
Define not all that worried, because you just got to go and look at Donald Trump's Twitter account when he screams about collusion, fake news. It tends to make you think that maybe he's a little bit worried. I don't know. But then again, I love how he says, oh, it's Stalinist. It's a Stalinist tactic. $5 says he heard that somewhere and was like, ooh, I'm going to use that. Stalinist. I have a good idea that he has no idea what he's talking about. I'm you know, like, I don't think he knows what that even means. Stalinist tactic. Really? No, Stalinist tactic would be throw you in the gulag. No trial, no nothing. That's what Stalin did. If you think that's what Robert Mueller is doing, ridiculous, right? But I love and this is the major part of this here that is really interesting. He's basically saying crimes made in the past, they're not really crimes. So why should we be punished, or these guys be punished for those crimes? And of course, he means Paul Manafort is one of the big ones, talking about how, well, some of the stuff we found went back to 2006 and before. I mean, yeah, but that actually is not true. Surprise, surprise. I know he's lying. Because we actually have facts here. We deal with facts and logic. I don't know if you know that, but he sure doesn't. But I love this, right? So he says, basically, if you're in the middle of doing criminal activity, which did happen during the campaign, by the way, by definition, it's in the past, right? So, and I'm not saying that you should do this, but if somebody punches Don Jr. in the face, afterwards, he can just say, what? Not a crime. It's in the past. Yeah, sure, I did it like 5 minutes ago, but heck, that doesn't mean I should get in trouble. It happened in the past, you dirty Stalinist. I know, it's ridiculous, and it's a ridiculous argument, because they actually were crimes. Lying to investigators, it turns out, lying to the FBI, lying to Congress, they are crimes. It's not as if they just invented these crimes. They have been crimes all along. And these Trump staffers have actually, and these are campaign staffers mostly, they violated those laws. They violated those laws willingly. Again, Manafort was called a hardened criminal who continued to lie after making a plea deal. Come on, man. Look, here's the thing. Mueller's office has issued numerous indictments and filings of alleged crimes committed by those leading Trump's campaign. You know that, right? You're aware of that. Yes, you should be. But those are in the past. And in some cases like Manafort's, however, those crimes went on until he was caught. And that's kind of how they were caught. Look, just a few days ago, Mueller's latest filing detailed how former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort, as I mentioned, who's now facing decades in prison for a range of crimes relating to his work in, the Ukraine, both before and after the 2016 election, lied to investigators well after that. And again, as I mentioned, the the plea deal, right? Then you have other crimes. For example, former Trump campaign official Rick Gates. Rick Gates lied to the FBI. So has advisor George Papadopoulos. Then you also have Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn was one of Trump's closest allies through the 2016 campaign. He's awaiting sentencing for, again, lying to the FBI. I wonder why all these officials are lying. Weird. It's almost as if they have something to hide. Or Donald Trump, yo, what are you talking about? You picked the best people, the greatest people. No, you picked the greatest criminals. Because you are just like them. You are a criminal as well. Not only that, but you had Roger Stone. Roger Stone was just indicted for, again, lying to Congress and witness tampering, all of which happened after Trump became president. So we're not talking about 2006. We're not talking about before. We're talking about just recently in the last couple of years related to this campaign. You've got to be kidding me. And again, there are various investigations that are circling the president and his family right now, some of which are outside of the Mueller investigation. The Southern District of New York, as was mentioned in that video, that's also a significant case. And not only that, but you have potential financial problems related to the inauguration, which involves suspicious donations from Russians and the NRA. You also have investigations in New York having to do with Donald Trump's tax dodging. The Trump Foundation. The Trump Foundation was literally found to be a sham foundation and was dissolved for a shocking pattern of illegality. Come on. You also have pro-Trump super PACs that were investigated for coordinating with the Trump campaign. All this stuff. And to add on to that, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, they released a report detailing compelling evidence that Trump may have personally committed up to 8 criminal campaign finance and related offenses while running for president and during his first year in office. That, of course, has to do with the hush money payments made to the 2 women who allegedly slept with Donald Trump. Those crimes include issuing false statements to leading a conspiracy to defraud the United States of America. All these crimes took place within the last few years and even after he became president of the United States. Come on. What this is Don Jr. He is desperately trying to paint the investigations into Trump and his family as a purely partisan and political effort. I mean, you heard him. He mentioned the word, this is political. It's not. This is crime. But this is being done as a way to prime Republicans into imposing impeachment following the Mueller report. Now, look, I don't know what the Mueller report's going to say. I don't even know if it's going to become public. But we do know that if it's as bad as the way that Trump is acting, then this could be very significant. This could be very, very terrible. But I love the irony, right? They're claiming a crime is not a crime if it's in the past. But wait, didn't they talk about Hillary and Obama all the time supposedly committing crimes in the past? It kind of makes you wonder what Don Jr. is afraid of, seeing all of this desperation coming from him and his father. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.